Brenda is 50, but mentally she's stuck in the terrible twos. She insists on eating from a pastel pink silicone bowl. Demands a booster seat in the car. And if I leave my Sephora bag unattended, she raids it for baby cream. I tried to be gentle, Brenda. Come on, you're old enough to be a grandmother. Acting like a toddler isn't cute. We're going to laugh at you. Brenda rolled her eyes so hard. I thought they'd detach. A lucky woman gets to be a baby until she's 80. She sneered. My daddy spoiled me before I got married. My husband spoiled me after. And once I popped out a son, he started treating me like his little favorite. You wouldn't understand, Chloe. You've never been loved like that. The favorite comment made me want to vomit in my mouth. But it got worse. On my anniversary with my husband Ethan, she barged into our bedroom, wearing nothing but a silk slip that barely covered her backside. I need a bedtime story, she whined, crawling between us. Baby Brenda is gonna have nightmares. Ethan was sick of it, too. But the second he showed a hint of annoyance, Brenda would run to the balcony screaming she was going to jump. Then my father-in-law Hank would storm in. That is your mother. Would it kill you to let her have her way? The house was a constant circus. Kept my mouth shut to keep the peace until the day I stared at 2 pink lines on a stick. I walked into the living room to share the news. But Brenda was already there, clutching her lower back and arching it dramatically. Good news, everyone, she squealed. I'm a little prego. Mommy again. My tummy is now a baby bump. That was it. The gloves were coming off. My chopsticks hit the table with a loud clatter. Brenda shot me a dirty look. Chin high. What's wrong? Are you unhappy that I'm pregnant? Who are you giving that nasty face to? I used to tolerate her because she was family. But she was a bottomless pit of drama. And I wasn't going to be the dough she needed anymore. I don't see what there is to be happy about, I said coldly. You're 50, Brenda. That's a geriatric pregnancy. It's high risk. Most doctors wouldn't even touch you. If something happens, who suffers? Me and your son. Excuse me. Are you cursing me? Brenda stamped her foot, her face turning red. Ethan. Look at this woman you married. She wants me to die. Ethan, still processing the shock that his mother was intimate enough with his dad to conceive, rubbed his temples. Mom. Honestly, Chloe is right. He sighed. I'm glad you and Dad are active. But you can't keep this baby. You guys are getting old. Who's going to raise it? We need to schedule an appointment to take care of it. Brenda let out a dramatic wail and threw herself into Hank's arms. Hank slammed his hand on the table. You ungrateful brat. How can you say something so heartless? That's your own brother or sister in there. We can't take care of a newborn, Ethan argued. If we can't do it, isn't that what you and Chloe are for? Hank shouted. We work full-time. We don't have time. Hank pointed a greasy finger at me. Then make her quit. Men need to work. But she's just a woman. She's not going to achieve anything anyway. Let her stay home and raise the kid. Chloe isn't our maid, Dad, Ethan snapped. You can't shut up, you spineless traitor. They say the eldest sister-in-law is like a mother. Letting her raise the kid is an honor. I let out a cold laugh. Hank. Maybe finish reading the history books. Eldest sister-in-law is like a mother. Only applies when the real mother is dead. I stared at Brenda. Mom. This time I'm not cursing you. Just stating facts. You're trying to start a rebellion. Brenda's chest heaved. She grabbed Ethan's arm and shook it violently, screeching, "Are you going to let her bully me? I birthed you. Here we go again." She treats Ethan like husband number 2 and me like the help. I grabbed a porcelain bowl and smashed it on the floor. Crash. Brenda, shut up instantly. You wanna act crazy? I can do crazy. Shut up, I hissed. If you scare the baby in my belly, can you afford the consequences? Silence. Ethan was the first to react. Hey, Chloe. Did you say you have a baby? I pulled the ultrasound report from my bag and slammed it on the table. Read it and weep. Ethan grabbed me, spinning me around. Oh. My God, I'm gonna be a dad, Chloe. This is amazing. Even Hank softened up. Well, look at that. Why didn't you say so earlier? All that yelling don't upset my grandson. Only Brenda looked upset. There was no joy. Only resentment. The look of a narcissist whose spotlight just got stolen. I tried to tell you, I said, smoothing my shirt. But you guys attacked me the second I sat down. It sounded like you didn't want this baby. Don't be silly, Chloe. Ethan soothed, rubbing my back. We want him, Brenda sniffed. Fine. Since it's there, keep it. We can't lose the bloodline. Hank cleared his throat. Look. We were all heated. It's a double blessing you two can be pregnant together. Keep each other company. Brenda huffed. Fine. But she better not stress me out. And since I'm pregnant, too, I can't take care of her. Call her mother over to serve us both. Her mom doesn't do anything anyway. My mother is a functioning adult. Brenda, I shot back. She has a job and a life. She doesn't have a fixation on being a giant infant like you. Brenda choked. You dare mock me? Is that how you talk to your mother-in-law? I thought you were a baby. I smirked. Babies get scolded when they're naughty. Why is it that when you want care, you're a toddler, but when you want respect, you're the matriarch? I leaned in. That's very convenient. Brenda turned purple. Hank dragged her away before she could explode. Back in our room, Ethan made me honey water. He's a good guy. Just beaten down by years of his mother's insanity. Chloe, I know it sucks. My mom is a lot. But next year we'll have the down payment for the new house. We'll move out, just us and the baby. I looked at him. Ethan. Wake up. That's not the point. If she has this kid, by the time it graduates high school, your dad will be in a nursing home. Who pays for it? Us. If your mom comes crawling to you crying about saving your sibling, will you let them starve? Ethan clenched his jaw. They made the bed. They lie in it. I focus on my family. Legally, Ethan. If your parents die, you are obligated to raise that minor. Can we handle 2 babies? Because I can't. If my doctor hadn't told me my uterine lining was thin, and this might be my only chance, I would have divorced him right there. I'll talk to her, Ethan promised. I'll make her get rid of it. To his credit, he tried. He told Brenda about the health risks, defects, the danger. Brenda's response. She ran to the window and threw one leg over the sill. I gave birth to you in pain. And now you treat me like an enemy because I'm pregnant. You only care about your wife. Might as well jump and die. Hank tackled her, glaring at Ethan. You're killing your mother. Get out. That night, Ethan came back defeated. I need more time, Chloe. No, I said. There is only one solution. What we call in the airstrike. We call Nana Rose. Hank always used seniority to crush me. So I decided to fight magic with dark magic. If the daughter-in-law can't discipline the mother-in-law, surely the mother-in-law's mother-in-law can. Nana Rose, Ethan's grandmother, was legendary. She was a tough-as-nails woman from the country who took no nonsense. If someone cursed her, she'd curse their entire ancestry. If a dog barked at her wrong, she'd bark back. She raised Ethan, while Brenda and Hank were off finding themselves and doing business. He only loved Ethan. Brenda terrified her. 2 days later, Brenda was acting up again. Chloe, she yelled from the couch, rubbing her belly. I want yogurt. Cut up some fruit and make me a baby parfait. No, I said, not looking up from my phone. What? Whose daughter-in-law doesn't serve the mother? Don't think just because you're pregnant you're special. I'm still the queen of this house. Jumped in. Okay, I'll do it. You're both treasures. Brenda pouted, sticking her lip out. I want Chloe to do it. She needs to learn filial piety. You didn't birth me. You didn't raise me. I said, why should I serve you? Because Brenda looked arrogant. Those are the rules of the Shin family. Deal with it. Suddenly, the front door slammed open. Nonsense. Since when does the Shin family have that rule? Since when does the Shin family have that rule? The voice was like gravel grinding against steel. It cut through the living room tension like a rusty saw. We all turned. Standing in the doorway, framed by the late afternoon sun, was Nana Rose. She was 4 feet 11 inches of pure, concentrated fury, leaning on a cane that looked less like a walking aid and more like a weapon. Behind her was a taxi driver struggling with 2 massive, floral-patterned suitcases. Brenda's jaw dropped. The grape she had been about to pop into her mouth rolled onto the floor. Mom? Hank stammered, standing up so fast he knocked over his chair. What are you doing here? Nana Rose ignored him. She marched, stumped with terrifying purpose, into the room. Her eyes, sharp as hawks, zeroed in on Brenda, who was still reclining on the sofa like a languid seal. I heard there was a new rule, Nana Rose said, poking Brenda's leg with her cane. Move over. That's my spot. Brenda scrambled up, clutching her robe. Mom! You can't just. I'm pregnant. I need rest. Pregnant? Nana Rose snorted. You look like you swallowed a watermelon and forgot to chew. 50 years old and playing house. Shameful. She sat down, smoothing her sensible polyester skirt. She looked at me, and for the first time, her face softened. It wasn't a smile, exactly, Nana didn't do smiles, but the glare was dialed down from lethal to mildly judging. Chloe, she nodded. You look tired. Sit down. Don't let these idiots run you ragged. I sat. Hi, Nana. Good to see you. Good to be seen, she grunted. She turned her gaze to Ethan. And you? Letting your wife be bullied in her own house? I raised you better than that. Ethan hung his head. Nana, it's complicated. It's not complicated, she snapped. It's simple. Your mother is a brat, your father is an enabler, and you're a doormat. But don't worry. I'm here now. She pointed a gnarled finger at Hank. Get my bags. And make me tea. Strong. Not that flowery piss water you drink. Hank scrambled to obey. Brenda stood there, vibrating with indignation. This is my house. She shrieked. You can't just come in here and take over. Your house. Nana Rose raised an eyebrow. Check the deed, sweetheart. Hank's name is on it. And since Hank is my son, and he has no spine, effectively, it's my house. Now, go put some clothes on. You look like a plucked chicken. I bit my lip to keep from laughing. The cavalry had arrived. Chapter 2, The New Regime. Life with Nana Rose was chaotic, but in a way that delighted me. For the first time, the target wasn't me. Nana Rose implemented a new schedule. 6 a.m. wake-up call. No more sleeping in until noon for baby Brenda. Pregnant women need exercise, Nana declared the next morning, banging a metal ladle against a pot outside Brenda's door. Get up. We're walking to the market. I can't. Brenda wailed from inside. My back. My sciatica. If you can arch your back to seduce my son, you can walk to get cabbage, Nana yelled back. Move it. Brenda emerged, looking disheveled and furious. She tried to give Hank a pleading look, but Nana Rose cut him off. You stay here, she ordered Hank. Clean the bathroom. It smells like a locker room in there. But Mom, I have golf. You have a toilet brush, she corrected. Get scrubbing. The dynamic shifted overnight. Brenda tried her usual tricks, the tantrums, the fake fainting spells, the threats to jump off the balcony. When she ran to the window screaming she was going to end it all, Nana Rose didn't even look up from her knitting. Go ahead, Nana said calmly. It's the second floor. You'll just break a leg. Then you'll really need that wheelchair. Brenda froze, like halfway over the sill. She realized her audience had changed. The terror tactics that worked on Hank and Ethan bounced off Nana Rose like pebbles off a tank. Defeated, Brenda climbed back in and sulked. But the peace was fragile. Brenda wasn't just annoying, she was malicious. And she was determined to win the war for attention. A week later, I came home from work to find my room trashed. My clothes were on the floor, my makeup smashed. Who did this? I yelled, running downstairs. Brenda was sitting at the table, eating a pear with exaggerated slowness. Oh, dear. Maybe it was a rat? The house is so dirty lately since you stopped cleaning. You did it, I accused. You went into my room. Prove it, she smirked. Nana Rose walked in from the garden, holding a basket of tomatoes. She looked at me, then at Brenda. What happened? Brenda trashed my room, I said, shaking with rage. I did no such thing. Brenda cried. She's framing me. She hates me and my baby. Nana Rose walked over to Brenda. She leaned in close and sniffed. You smell like that expensive perfume Chloe keeps on her dresser, Nana said. The one that smells like roses. You hate roses. Brenda paled. I. You're a liar, Nana said. And a thief. She turned to me. Chloe, go stay at a hotel tonight. Bill it to Hank. What? Hank sputtered from the kitchen. You heard me. Your wife destroyed her property. You pay for it. And Brenda? Nana's voice dropped an octave. Touch her things again, and I'll shave your head while you sleep. Brenda gasped, clutching her hair extensions. I packed a bag and left for the hotel. Ethan came with me. We ordered room service and slept for 12 hours straight. It was bliss. But we had to go back. We had to face the reality of the 2 pregnancies. Chapter 3, The Ultrasound War. The 20-week ultrasound. The gender reveal. Brenda insisted we go together. It's a bonding experience, she chirped, having apparently forgotten the room trashing incident, or repressed it. At the clinic, Brenda made a scene. She demanded the doctor scan her first. She demanded a 4D scan. She demanded they turn up the heat because she was delicate. The doctor, a patient woman named Dr. Chen, looked exhausted. It's a boy, Dr. Chen announced for Brenda. Brenda squealed. A son. Another son. See, Hank? I breed kings. She looked at me smugly. Top that. It was my turn. Dr. Chen moved the wand over my belly. The screen flickered. It's a girl, Dr. Chen said. Ethan squeezed my hand, beaming. A daughter. Chloe, a little girl. I smiled, relieved. I didn't care about the gender. I just wanted a healthy baby. But Brenda burst out laughing. A girl? Oh, poor Ethan. The bloodline ends with you. Don't worry, my son will carry on the name. Your daughter can, well, she can serve him. Ethan stood up. Mom, shut up. What? I'm stating facts. Boys are better. Everyone knows that. Get out, Ethan said. His voice was low, shaking. Get out of the room. You're kicking me out? For speaking the truth. I'm kicking you out because you're toxic, Ethan shouted. You're ruining this. You ruin everything. Brenda huffed and stormed out. Hank followed her like a shadow. Dr. Chen looked at us. I can recommend a family therapist, she offered gently. We need an exorcist, I muttered. That night, the atmosphere in the house was poisonous. Brenda was gloating about her king, calling relatives to brag. Nana Rose watched her with narrow eyes. Pride comes before a fall, she muttered. The fall came sooner than we expected. 2 months later, Brenda collapsed. We were eating dinner. Brenda was complaining about the soup being too salty. It wasn't, when she suddenly grabbed her chest. I can't breathe, she gasped. Stop acting, Hank sighed. It's getting old, Brenda. No, really. Her face turned a terrifying shade of purple. She slumped forward into her bowl. Panic erupted. Ethan called 911. Hank screamed. Nana Rose checked her pulse. She's not faking, Nana said grimly. Her heart rate is erratic. The ambulance came. They rushed her to the hospital. We followed. It was preeclampsia. Severe. Her blood pressure had skyrocketed. Her organs were shutting down. The doctor came out, looking grave. "We have to operate," he said. "We have to deliver the baby now, or we lose both of them. She's only 28 weeks. Hank cried. "It's the only way." Brenda went into surgery. We waited. 3 hours later, the doctor returned. "Mrs. Shen is stable. She's in ICU. The baby..." He hesitated. "The baby is in the NICU. He's very small. His lungs aren't fully developed. And there are complications." "What complications?" Ethan asked. "Genetic anomalies. Likely due to advanced maternal age. We won't know the full extent until we run tests, but he will likely have significant special needs. Lifelong care." Silence. Hank sat down heavily. "Lifelong?" "Yes." Chapter 4, The Reality Check. Brenda woke up 2 days later. She was weak, hooked up to machines. "Where is he?" she whispered. "Where is my king?" Hank didn't have the heart to tell her. Nana Rose did. "He's in an incubator," Nana said, sitting by the bed. "And he's sick, Brenda. Very sick." She explained the situation. The genetic issues. The lifelong care. Brenda stared at the ceiling. "No," she said. "That's not true. My baby is perfect." "He's not perfect," Nana said gently. "He's human. And he needs a mother. Not a princess." Brenda refused to see him. For 3 days, she refused to go to the NICU. She claimed she was too weak. She claimed the doctors were lying. Finally, I wheeled her down there myself. "Look at him," I said, parking her wheelchair next to the incubator. The baby was tiny. Covered in tubes. Fragile. Brenda looked. She didn't cry. She didn't coo. She looked at him with a mixture of horror and detachment. "That's not what I ordered," she whispered. I felt a chill go down my spine. "He's a baby, Brenda. Not a meal." "He's broken," she said. I can't raise a broken thing. I'm too old. I'm too tired." She looked at me. Her eyes were cold. "You take him." "What?" "You take him. You're young. You like taking care of things. You take him. Adopt him." "Are you insane?" I hissed. "I'm pregnant. I have my own child coming in 2 months. I can't raise your special needs baby." "Then put him up for adoption," she shrugged. "I don't want him." She wheeled herself away. I stood there, looking at the tiny baby. My brother-in-law. My son's uncle. Abandoned before he even left the hospital. I went back to the room. Hank was there. "She doesn't want him," I told him. Hank looked at his shoes. It's a lot, Chloe. We're retired. We wanted to travel." "So you're dumping him?" Ethan shouted. "Your own son. We can't do it." Hank yelled back. "We don't have the energy. Or the money. Then you shouldn't have gotten pregnant." I screamed. Nana Rose stood up. She walked over to Hank and slapped him. Hard. "You coward," she spat. "You pathetic, spineless coward. You lay down with her, you made that life. You take responsibility." "We'll put him in a home," Hank muttered. A state facility. Over my dead body, Nana said. Chapter 5, The Solution. The solution came from an unexpected place. Nana rose. I'll take him, she announced the next day. What? We all stared at her. I'll take him. I'll raise him. I raised Ethan. I can raise another one. Nana, you're 75, Ethan said gently. I'm 75, not dead, she retorted. And I have savings. I have the farmhouse. The air is good there. He'll grow up with chickens and goats. Better than growing up with these two narcissists. She pointed at Brenda and Hank. But, she added, looking at them. You pay for it. Every cent. You sign over half your pension. You sign over the deed to this house. You pay for his medical bills, his therapy, his school. Or I sue you for child abandonment and neglect, and I make sure everyone in your country club knows about it. Brenda looked at Hank. Hank looked at Brenda. They were trapped. Fine, Brenda whispered. Take him. Just, don't bring him here. Oh, don't worry, Nana smiled grimly. He won't know you exist. Chapter 6, The Exit. Nana Rose took the baby, she named him Leo, and moved back to her farm. Brenda and Hank were left alone in the big house. But it wasn't theirs anymore. Nana held the deed. They were tenants in their own home, paying rent to their own son's upkeep. Their social life imploded. Word got out, I made sure of it, about the baby. About the abandonment. The friends they tried to impress turned their backs. Ethan and I moved out. We bought a small house near the park. 2 months later, my daughter, Maya, was born. She was healthy. Perfect. We didn't invite Brenda or Hank to the birth. They saw photos on Facebook. Brenda tried to comment. My beautiful granddaughter. Grandma loves you. I blocked her. Epilogue. 3 years later. We were at Nana Rose's farm for Thanksgiving. Leo was a toddler now. He had delays. He needed a walker. But he was happy. He laughed at the chickens. He loved Nana Rose with a fierce devotion. Maya was running around in the grass, chasing a butterfly. Ethan and I sat on the porch, watching them. She's doing a good job, Ethan said, nodding at Nana Rose, who was helping Leo feed a goat. She's amazing, I agreed. A car pulled up the dusty driveway. A flashy Mercedes. It was Brenda and Hank. They got out. They looked older. Tired. Brenda's plastic surgery was starting to look uncanny. Mom. Brenda called out, waving a box of expensive chocolates. We came to visit. Nana Rose stood up. She picked up her cane. Did you bring the check? She shouted. We brought chocolates. Brenda faltered. I don't eat sugar, Nana said. I eat cash. For the boys' therapy. Did you bring the check? We're a little short this month, Hank mumbled. The stock market. Then get back in the car, Nana said. But we want to see him. We want to see Maya. Brenda whined. We're family. You're ATMs, Nana corrected. Family shows up. Family stays. You left. She pointed the cane at the gate. Go. Brenda looked at us on the porch. Ethan? Chloe? Help us. I looked at my husband. He looked at me. We held hands. Listen to Nana, Ethan said. Brenda screamed. She threw the chocolates on the ground. She cursed us. But she got back in the car. They drove away, dust billowing behind them. Leo looked up at the noise. Who dat? He asked, his speech slurred but sweet. Nana Rose smoothed his hair. Nobody, baby. Just the wind. She looked at us and winked. I smiled. The circus was gone. The clowns had left town. And all that was left was peace. The end.